Hey everybody, it's Nikki T, and welcome back to Weight Loss for Women Over 40. That was my chair, if you heard that crackling noise. I think it needs some oil. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about something that holds so many women back from lasting freedom with their bodies, and it's how to trust your body again. But first, I want to welcome you to the podcast. If you are new here, I want to say hello and thank you for being here. And if you are a long-standing loyal follower, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. And if you've been listening for a while and you feel that these podcasts and episodes resonate with you, please hit that subscribe button. That helps boost the channel up, the podcast out to other people. So that would be super helpful if you could do that. So, I want to let you know that my mission is to impact millions of people, especially women over 40, to stop hating themselves skinny and to help you lose weight in a simpler and sustainable way. A way where we hack your brain first so you can learn the foundational tools, not just to lose the weight, but to keep it off for the rest of your life. If you want to learn more about my method, you can go to Weight Loss for Women Over 40. That's 40 at the end.net. Or come hang out with me over on Instagram at Weight Loss for Women Over 40. Also 40 at the end, where I'm pumping out reels, stories, and posts that are going to help you move closer to that lean, healthy body that you desire and deserve. So let's talk about how to trust your body again. I find that this is a super helpful topic for women, especially over 40, because our bodies are going through so many changes and hormonal changes. It could be also emotional changes. You could be having empty nest syndrome. You could be getting a divorce. You could be realizing that now it's just you and your husband. Lots of changes. You could be taking care of your parents, the sandwich generation, right? So, or you could be grandparents. Who knows? But if you found yourself ignoring your body, battling cravings, or feeling guilty about eating, you're absolutely in the right place. This episode is all about ditching diet rules and learning how to really trust and listen to what your body is telling you. So, why do we lose this trust in our hunger? Let's go back to the beginning of your life. When you were born, you had hunger signals. You knew when you wanted to eat, you knew when you wanted to stop. If you've ever watched babies eat, they, grab things and they put them in their mouth because they're trying to experiment. But when they're hungry, they will let you know. And when they are full, they will spit out the food or their vomit. So we have these hunger signals, right? And by the way, I don't want anybody eating until you vomit. Please don't do that. But we lose trust in our hunger. So from a very young age, right, we're taught strict food rules, especially if you grew up in our generation, right? We're talking 70s, 80s, 90s. That generation, we were taught you had to finish your plate, right? The clean plate society or club, I like to call it. We were told don't eat that. It's bad for you, or you're going to gain fat if you eat that. Only eat at certain times. Like there's a bunch of rules that we were taught. And these messages were trained in us to override our natural cues and to really disconnect from our body's wisdom. So imagine your body is trying to whisper to you, because I have to tell you, our bodies are not, unless you get to the point where you're like really sick or something major is happening, that's when your body starts screaming at you. But generally speaking, your body whispers to you over and 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 over again. But you keep yelling back at your body, if you even hear the whisper, with a million diet rules. So no wonder the connection gets really fuzzy. So dieters' mentality has created an entire rule book that often looks like this or sounds like this, right? No carbs after 6 p.m. I will never forget hearing Oprah Winfrey say on a show that she could not even eat one grape after 7 p.m., which as a fitness professional, this just blows my mind because it doesn't matter about that one little grape. It matters what you're eating throughout the day. So you can have carbs after 6. You can eat a grape after 6 or 7 or whatever it is. The other things that the rule book of dieters mentality says is you're not allowed to snack. But then you'll have a rule book that says, yes, you should totally snack. You should have 3 meals and a snack. You should only eat low fat. Thank God we're going out of this low fat kind of era or trans fat. I still see things every now and then. I don't really look for them so much, but in the grocery store that say, fat free type things. Um, we need fat. Your brain needs fat to survive. I don't always go into details about nutrition. I can, absolutely. I have a massive background in nutrition. And I used to do grocery store tours years ago and kind of understanding how the labeling system works in our society. But low fats, if you see that on a container, just think of that as red flag. Don't buy it. Because generally speaking, they've either adjusted the amount of fat in the nutritional label so they can add fat because there's a certain percentage that they're not allowed to say it has fat in it. Or they have switched it with some sort of weird chemical based fat that is who knows what doing to our bodies. The other one, of course, is count calories every single day. Food log until you want to puke. Do all these different diets. Like to me, that one, I don't even like to talk about calories at all because for me, it's a big trigger. But I know it's a trigger for you guys too. It's not like it's again, it's how we're framing this whole process. These rules of dieters mentality, they're not freeing. They're imprisoning. Like you might as well throw some shackles on your arms. They teach you to ignore your hunger and fullness. They create anxiety around food. Think about that. When you're on a diet, how anxious are around food? Now, I want to discount the first 2 weeks because the first 2 weeks are usually like the honeymoon phase. Like you're all in love with this diet and you're like, oh my gosh, I lost 5 pounds, which by the way was probably water weight. You get anxiety around food of like, oh my gosh, I can't eat that because the diet says I can't eat that, right? And it leaves you second guessing your body's signals. So understanding your body signals is so important. Sorry, my dog hears something out back. So how do we tune into true hunger again? Like, how do we reconnect to that baby version of us when we popped out into this world who knew how to take care of their bodies? How do you flip the script? So, here are some very gentle ways to start tuning back in. Number one, notice your physical hunger cues: growling stomach, emptiness in the stomach, feeling low energy, feeling a little bit lightheaded, thinking about food with interest, not based on emotion, right? So when you're bored, sometimes you think about food. That's not being physically hungry. That's very different. That's boredom. You could be fearful. You could be feeling guilty. You could be feeling a whole bunch of things. You could be feeling happy and still want to overeat. Next, I want you to pause and ask yourself, am I really hungry? Or am I eating for an emotional reason? Do I need a hug? Do I need to go pet my dog? Is this emotional hunger or physical hunger? So emotional hunger, I always like brain hunger. You're needing something other than physical food. Physical hunger is my tank is empty. I need some food or I'm going to pass out, right? And if you are listening to this, chances are and I agree with this too. Like, I have never experienced really physical hunger. Neither have you, probably, if you're listening to this podcast. There are, of course, people in the world that are really hungry and they don't have access to food. I'm not talking about that because, again, that's getting into that will fire your primitive brain like you wouldn't believe because, again, survival mechanism starts to come in. But distinguishing between does my body need food or does my brain or emotions need something other than food? Next, I want you to practice being aware as you're eating. Slow down, savor each bite. You've heard that before, I'm sure. You don't have to take 20 minutes to eat, but again, it's really just understanding as you're eating in the process what's going on. Are you feeling full? Are you feeling like you need a little bit more? Is it tasting good? Because our food needs to taste good, right? Have you ever had food? It's a perfect example of dieters mentality. You're on this some sort of diet and you have to eat these cardboard tasting crappy stuff and you eat it and you're like, you still want more. You want some sort of satiety. There is a reason why we like food. If we didn't like food, we wouldn't go search for it. It's unfortunate that the people that are pumping out our food have changed it into this chemical dopamine, endorphin, high addiction type of foods for most of our foods. Our foods are slowly becoming non-foods. Unless you are growing your own foods, unless you are buying from a strictly organic area, chances are your food is modified in some way, shape, or form. The other thing you want to do is notice how your food is tasting and how it feels, like the texture, like go through that process. Check in halfway as you're eating and just notice if you're still hungry or if you're full. This is only part of the process. I want to be very clear on this because a lot of people ask me if I teach intuitive eating, and I do to an extent, but there is a whole nother level, like levels and levels and levels beyond that, because it's not about just am I hungry and am I stopping? It's really about what you are thinking about all this food and everything. Weight loss is 100% a mind game. And if you're freaking about eating or not eating, then some mind work needs to be attended to. Because if you tried, um, oh, I just lost the word. Oh my gosh, intentional eating, intuitive eating. Thank you, brain. If you've tried it and it hasn't worked for you, it's the mindset part that you're missing. If you have to get into your body in order to understand how this whole process works. I teach this to my clients. I teach all the mind hacks that they need to get the lean body in the most natural and easiest way possible. So remember, your body is not the enemy here. You guys, your body and you are on the same team, whether you believe it or not. Even if you're going through massive menopause changes, your body is aiming to keep you healthy. It's aiming to adjust as you go through these changes. It is not like giving you the friends FU um, hand signal that you are just, your body hates you. Because it doesn't. It really doesn't. I promise you it doesn't. It may feel like that. And I've actually seen some funny reels on TikTok. There's a woman, I don't know her name, but she is pretending she is your period. And she's talking about how, if you go on vacation and she pops up and it's a very comical thing. So if you know what I'm talking about, message me on Instagram or on TikTok, and that would be fun. So anyway, total, total down the rabbit hole on that one. Your body's not the enemy, okay? It's been silenced for decades of dieting and conflicting messages. And I really want you to take time to approach yourself, to approach this whole weight loss with curiosity and compassion for yourself. Give yourself permission to feel hunger without guilt or shame. Rebuilding trust, it takes time. Be patient and kind with yourself. It's like having a relationship with somebody else. If you feel you're in a relationship with somebody and you think that somebody did you wrong and hates you, there's going to be an element of rebuilding trust. Same thing with your body. If you think your body hates you, you have to have a relationship with your body. You have to communicate with your body and build that trust back up again. So, trusting your body again is one of the most powerful steps towards permanent freedom in dieting, from dieting and dieter's mentality. And when you tune into your true hunger and honor it, you unlock a whole new level of peace and ease with your body and with food. So, if you like my world, there are actually, I was going to say there are no more rules. There is one rule that I teach my clients, and it's really a guideline, but there are no more battles, there's no more frustration, just you, your body, and the process, right? Listening and responding with love. So if this episode resonated with you, I want you to share with a friend who's been caught in the diet trap. And I also have a free bonus for you. I have a free worksheet that you can grab that will take you a bit deeper into this work. So if you like this episode, this worksheet that is absolutely free, we'll take it a little bit deeper. And it's called the Rebuilding Trust with Your Body worksheet. So you can grab it at weightlossforwomenover40.net/trust. TRUST at the end there. That link will also be in the show notes if you want to grab it there. And if you're ready to stop dieting forever and reconnect with your body, check out my coaching programs designed to guide you on that journey. They are at weightlossforwomenover40.net as well. So until next time, love yourself fiercely and trust your amazing body. Until next time.